Hi guys, and welcome to Peter A's Adventures. Welcome to the latest video. Today I have a guest. I've got Derek Payne, aka Tat Peddler, on YouTube. Let's just turn up. There we go. Yep. So as I say, I got Derek, aka Tat Peddler, on YouTube. So, do you want to introduce yourself? Introduce your YouTube channel, that sort of thing?
Yep. Hello, everybody. My name's Derek. I'm also known as Tap Peddler on YouTube. I'm a full-time reseller, mainly on eBay. Yeah, and I've been doing it for since August, full-time, and I was part-time before that.
Brilliant. So what I've done also is I have left Derek's YouTube channel link in the description. I'll also leave it in the comment section, so you can go and have a look after the chat and subscribe. We have a topic today, which is basically talking about tips for car boots and what to do at them, because I have noticed in like last month or so we've got lots of new people who are starting their eBay businesses. So we just thought about tips to help them along when they go to their car boots. So do you want to start off, Derek? Got your tips for the car boots?
Yeah, well, I thought that this sort of goes into separate categories. So we've got tips for the sort of searching the items and looking at the stalls. Then we've got negotiation tactics at the stall, trying to get the best deal. And also maybe tips about actually checking the items and making sure that you're getting something that's actually going to be worth selling on. Because we know at car boots there can be a lot of dud items being passed off by people.
Totally,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so I thought I guess those are the three main areas. I don't know if you can think of any more.
Just trying to think. It's sort of like depends on what sort of stage you're at with your business, because a lot of people who are just starting will just sort of like pick up items that are like how can I put it, that are sort of what I call starter items, sort of thing, not like worth loads. Unlike ourselves, we know what certain things are worth, so we can pay a little bit more for an item. So,
Yeah.
Always quite a lot to do with the car boot. So, if anyone's got any questions about the topic, man, do pop in and put your question in. What your question is. I will also just quickly go and say hello, because I forgot to say hello to everyone. We have Lucy, Lisa, Karin, Richard. Who else have we got in here? I did see BCP somewhere around. Flipping Hustler from America. KLC is Louise. Bettina Tucker. Jasmine Banbury. DBG. Yeah, there's BCP. YouTube Vampire, as I call him.
Yeah, we surprised him.
Yeah, he's always on.
TP wasn't there, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Andrew, Smart Reselling with Darren. Let's have a look. Anyone else? Chris B. And Michelle Lathan. Thanks for popping in. I will go and have a look down in a sec for the chat. So basically I was thinking like earlier on about like the tips. Even before you get to a car boot, like do your research where the car boot, your nearest car boots are, or car boots are in 10 miles. Because as I say, there's a lot of people like for example, Steve Green, he doesn't drive, so you can only go to a certain few car boots, that sort of thing. So basically, do your research, for the car boots,
Yeah, I would.
pretty much.
Yeah, on top of that, I'd also say that if there are quite a few around you, make sure that you work out which ones are best going to in which order, because you don't want to go, even though they might be a little bit further away, might not be as good. So you want to make sure you go to the better one first, and then go on to the next one, even if though they might actually be a little bit further to go to, and just work your way round in the right order, depending on how good they are.
Yeah, so that's very true, because obviously you'll get to know, more you go, you'll get to know which are the better ones to go to first anyway.
Yeah, because some will have like traders that are there every week asking high
Yeah,
prices,
totally.
and some will be full of people who are just like emptying their attics and things like that. So you just want to know which ones are the better ones to get to first, I would say, and also know when people actually turn up to sell.
Hmm.
A lot of car boot sales say they open at 8 o'clock, but people are actually there at 6 o'clock. So you also want to get there early as well, and probably continue to get there as early as you can each week,
Yeah, definitely.
until you find like the sweet spot when you can actually get something before anybody else does.
Yeah, because I found like with my local ones, like if I have to get there, like as you say, get there really early, because my one opens at 7, but obviously people like get there because it opens at 7 for buyers and the sellers, because some car boots open different times for both.
Yeah,
But mine's like 7 o'clock, so you have to get there basically 6:30 to sort of be able to get around. Because as I was saying the other day, I think of one of my videos, there are a lot of vultures. They go around just picking up the best items.
yeah. Well, mine opens at 8 o'clock officially, but you can be there at sort of 6:30, something like that. So yeah, just make sure that you're there as early as you can get there, really. And the only way to work that out is to go a few times, I guess. But I generally find they're always really open earlier than what they're advertised at. And also, before you go to the car boot, make sure you've got plenty of change. That would be another tip.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
Don't go with a load of £20 notes.
No, because they won't have change. No.
Especially if you're getting there early, because they probably haven't got any change themselves to give you the change back.
Yeah.
So yeah, go with plenty of money.
Yeah, definitely, because obviously
Change.
Yeah. How much do you normally go with anyway?
I like to go with at least 100
Yeah.
pounds, and probably maybe £20 in change.
Yeah.
I often go with less with change, really. But
How much does it cost you to get into your car boot anyway?
they're free around here, which
Oh, you're free. Lucky you.
always surprises me. Yeah, I think they're usually about 50p to £1 down by my brother's way.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when I visit him, it costs to get in. But yeah, they're all free up here,
Oh, that's nice actually.
which I think they're missing a trick there.
Yeah, we are in
they
this
do
in
get
the
quite big.
UK. It's £1 before 8:30 my local one, and then after 8:30 is 50p.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times where you can pay a premium to get in
Yeah.
early. And I did that once, and it was worth it. But it was quite a lot more. It was like £5 or something to get in. But yeah, I got some really good stuff. That was down in Newcastle, I think, that car boot, where you had to pay extra. But yeah, they don't charge up in Scotland, so that's good.
Definitely.
Not the ones
Saving a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Good questions. KLC Reselling, which is Louise. Question: how do you feel about haggling with prices at Carboot? And so, do you go and haggle a lot?
Yeah, I always go in with quite a low offer, which can annoy certain people at the car boot. But they can only say no, I always think.
Oh,
But if
totally.
you go in too low, they can get a bit annoyed with you, I think, and they probably don't want to deal with you if you go in too low. But I basically offer a fair price based on the fact that I've got to resell it. So you got to be realistic.
Yeah, of course you have. Yeah.
There's no point in wasting too much time on trying to buy an item that is just being it's just too much money for what you want to do with it. It may be a fine price for somebody who wants to keep it and use it themselves.
Yeah.
If you've got to resell it, then you've got to make a good profit on it. So you have to buy it cheap. And if you think about it, if you generally pay, let's just say £2 per item, and you always negotiate them down to £1 per item, you basically half the money you'll spend. So, it's definitely worth negotiating. And they almost always take an offer. The only times I don't do it is when the item is so cheap anyway. If it's 50p or if it's under £1 and it's a reasonably good item, then I'll just pay the £1. But if something's £2, I'll probably offer them £1. And yeah, the bigger price they're asking for an item, probably the more I'll ask off. So some things like £10, I might offer them 6 or something. But I always start a negotiation on the basis that I'll probably pay a little bit higher than what I'm offering. So if they wanted 10 for it and I offer 6, I'm probably quite happy to pay about 8, and then I'll leave it. There's also another thing you can do is put it down, go to walk off, and they usually go, okay, I'll take the 6 for it.
Yeah, because they want to get rid of it.
Yeah. I've noticed that if you get there early and you're asking straight away, people don't really want to take a low price as soon as the car boot sale starts.
Yeah, I totally
which I can understand. But again, it all comes down to the figures, if it's worth it,
How many laps do you do around your car boot? Do you do 1 or 2 laps, or?
I generally only do the one.
One.
Because by the time I've finished, it's really starting to pack up. So, well, in the summer that is anyway.
Yeah.
I occasionally have a quick scoot round the stalls again. Sometimes depends what mood I'm in, and the thing is with me, I've got a lot of stock anyway, so I really don't need to be at the car boot sale at all, really.
No, that's true.
So much stuff. So as long as I've got a good amount of stuff, my car's getting quite full. So I always buy quite a lot of stuff. I generally have a quick look around. I probably revisit stalls that I looked at the start, and just see if they put anything more out on the table.
Fair enough.
But do you negotiate at all, please?
Yeah, I always try and negotiate when and where I can. Obviously, my car boot, there's a lot of dealers there most weeks, so you're seeing the same sort of realistically, you're seeing the same people there. But yeah, I do. Obviously, if it's £1 or less, then I don't negotiate. But over £1, if I'm like, would you take 150, 130?
Yeah,
you've sort of got to try and get as best price as you can. Because I go around once, I pick up a few bits, but because I start at the beginning, go up, and then I go back down. And on the way down, like what I call second lap, I normally pick up more stuff than I do when I go up to the first time, because obviously they put more stuff out, and I've got that sort of trained eye on for some reason. I did that on Sunday and Monday. To go and cut back down, and I picked up loads. Obviously, as you saw in that Carboot haul, I was like,
yeah.
But it's just like it is, because I must have passed a few of the stalls that I picked up, especially those football boots and the hiking boots I got for £1 each.
Yeah.
I must have missed him, but then I just suddenly saw him out of the corner of my eye. I thought, oh, I remember his stall before, because I brought an a pair of Nike shoes from him before for £1 and sold them for 20. So
yeah, can't go wrong with that.
No, they're definitely not. Just having a look. If you can see any questions, then do say them. Let's have a look. The truth's popped in. Says let's get Peter to 1,000. Definitely. And obviously, if you want to sub to Derek's channel, then do go ahead and sub to his channel, Chat Peddler. It'll be in the description, and I'll pop it in the comments below as well, so you can have a look. Who else we got? G Light Travels, she's popping in. Just having a look. Lincoln Sellers here as well. KLC said she needs to get confidence up to haggle more. Yeah, it can be a hard thing to haggle in a way, because a lot of people
they can only say no.
Yeah.
As long as you don't go in too low. Everybody expects a little bit off, and they expect people to haggle, I think, at the
of course.
I mean, some people say no, the price is firm or something, in which case you then just got to decide to take it or leave it.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, and sort of thing, Louise, don't be afraid to haggle, even if the person's a bit, what's the word? Not nasty, but a bit in your face. Just if you don't like it, you can always walk away. But yeah.
I mean, there's been a few times where people have, they've asked a high price for it, and I've said, no, and they go, well, what do you want to offer for it then? And I always start that with we're too far apart, because I want to pay probably £5 for something, and he's asking 30. There's no way we're going to get a deal. He almost forces a offer from me. He comes, go on, make me an offer. Go and make me an offer.
Yeah.
So I say, well, it's only going to be a £5, and then he sort of goes, whoa, I don't want to. It's worth loads more than that. And I just walk off.
They pop in that thing. Now this is what it's worth on eBay.
Oh yeah, they can.
Like, well,
yeah,
I think
it's worth when they have printouts. Sometimes they have printouts of eBay listings.
Oh, do they? Bloody hell.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times.
In your Carboot?
Or they've got like a sticker on the item saying eBay.
Oh, eBay, yeah.
Here, £45. I think I'd still rather buy it on eBay and get my guarantee and stuff like that with it. Yes,
I think that Carboot's like they also say, like, you've got to be careful, because quite a lot of times they say, oh, this whatever item is working. You think, okay, it looks okay. You get it home and you try and test it, and like, oh, it's not working.
Yeah,
because I had that the other week with a Furby about 3 weeks ago. And
with the Furby I bought, I think I showed it in my last haul. That's broken.
Oh, great. I had one that's broken. Even though I had to go right to the bowers to sort of try and get it working, it didn't work.
No.
I don't know how people do that, to be honest.
Yeah, I think people just getting rid of their old rubbish, aren't they? A
True.
lot of people are genuine, and I just don't think they test it. But it's when they tell you it's working.
Yeah.
So you buy it on that basis, taking a bit of a risk because nothing's guaranteed. But then it still doesn't work. It's pretty rubbish then. But another good idea when you're negotiating is to get a bundle together. So if you want like a few things off that one store, don't just buy like one thing and then look and buy another thing. Try and get like three things together and say, would you do the lot for £5 or whatever?
Of course, it's always a good thing.
So I often do that. And also, I mean, I don't generally do this, but I've heard it's the best negotiation tactic is to just use silence. So you say what you want and just go completely quiet and just wait for them to.
All right, we've heard it here.
Yeah. But generally, I don't need to do that at the car boots. I've done it in the past in other sort of negotiation things. Just kept given them my offer, and then you just be quiet, and then you just wait for them to say the next thing. So that seems to work out quite well. And hold on to your purchases as you're looking.
Yes, that's a big one. Yes.
Yeah, because somebody else will come along and pick it up and buy it from underneath you. That happened to me the other week. I left something there after finding out how much it was.
Yeah.
and then somebody else picked it up, and once they've picked it up, it's sort of theirs, so you
Oh
can't,
no.
can't get it back off them. So yeah, that's another tip.
Yeah, it's always a good tip. Like, that's what I tend to do. Wherever I buy, I tend to hold on to it really tightly because I remember last Sunday I'd seen Peter Cummins, and he's don't live far from me, and he goes to my car boot quite regularly. He always goes to 2 or 3 others, and he would show me his stuff in his trolley, what he got. And there was a guy. I remember this guy. He walked past, and he basically put his head down his trolley, thinking, "Oh, what's that for sale?" Peter's like, "Well, that's not for sale." It's just weird. Like, you see a lot of people. It's quite funny actually because I've seen people obviously with the trolleys and people with the expensive ones with the trolleys and obviously suitcases, massive suitcases they bring around.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying one of those ones that Nick's got. I think it's like a pull along.
Oh, that one, yeah. I saw one.
Wheels and
yeah, on Sunday I did.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get one of those.
Yeah, they look really good.
The only thing that put me off is, and I think Nick mentioned it on one of his chats, is that he can't, because it's so big, he can't get right into the stall. He has to leave it and then go.
Oh right, yeah.
Stuff on the stall if it's really busy. So that put me off a bit. I currently use like a little shopping trolley, like a granny trolley.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I've got one as well.
And IKEA bags as well. So I have 2 IKEA bags that I can sort of put over my shoulder, and then the shopping trolley as well. That seems to be enough. But I always try to park the car as close as I can to the entrance. So I always have to go back to the car to empty all this stuff. Probably about 3 or 4 times throughout the boot sale. So obviously depending on how good the boot sale is that day, but yeah, it's definitely worth taking big bags, or if you can, a trolley. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I normally, like, if I got to go back out with the car boot, if they normally issue with like a little ticket says admission paid, so they know when you get back in. So I sometimes go like once or twice to car boot, depends on what I got. Because obviously I went back on Monday with that big bundle of Wii stuff. I need to test it actually. I might do that tomorrow because I'm hoping to do a little video showing how I test it on the Wii. Because obviously apparently it was supposed to be modded, but whether it is or not, but I have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Let's have a look down the chat. Southwest Sellers popped in, which is Gary. Yeah, Richard Payne was saying 50p or £1 to get into the ones he goes to the car boots. It's that fine line, like when you see, like I see a lot of people. I'm guilty of that as well, but I see a lot of people sort of like going to a store and thinking, oh, just having a look, and then taking a few steps back and then looking on the eBay app and going type it in and going, what's that worth? But I always find sort of like you got to go on gut instinct, especially early in the morning, because if you hang back, you just sort of whatever item you're going to go for, it's gone just like that.
Yeah, you also want to move on to the next stall as quick as you can.
Yeah.
You don't want to be messing around too much on the app trying to look up something, especially when you first get there.
Yeah, totally.
Because there might be, there's going to be other things worth looking at. So try not to spend too long, unless it's really worth it. If it's something that you feel it's expensive to buy,
yeah, of course,
it's worth doing a lot of investigation first. It's probably worth spending the time doing it. But there's another thing. If you're looking up on the app, another tip would be to try and do it as discreet as possible.
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah,
because if the seller sees you doing it, then they can often they sort of say, well, what does eBay say? When you ask how much it is, say, what does your phone say? And things like that. So I try to walk off a little bit and then come back. But the sort of things I look at often have like model numbers and things. I'm always trying to remember all these digits and numbers. I walk off trying to look up. And go to a boot sale that has a good phone reception would be a good tip, or something to consider. There's one car boot. It's actually closed down now, but it was in an underground car park, and so there wasn't any phone
reception.
So you really had to use your sort of experience.
Pretty much.
You're buying there, but that was quite good because that obviously it being inside, there was no problems with the weather and stuff. But that closed down last week, so I've got to try and find a new indoor boot sale now.
I don't think I've got any around near me. Right. No, it's just all outside on the grass. So
yeah.
Let's have a look in the chat. I did see Andy Robinson popped in. Hi Peter, well done on 100 live streams. Thank you, mate. Because this is my 100th live stream. As I say, I thought I'd get a guest on, the legendary Derek Payne, aka Tap Peddler, on YouTube. And all the best to Arsenal. No, let's not. Not tonight. From a Chelsea fan. Let's have a look. Here we go. Scooby Shaggy popped in. Any questions? If a question, what your question is?
Karen asks if I've done any more house renovations.
Okay, right.
Not that many. I'm still doing my hallway. I've got the entranceway to do. I've got some tiling to do on my floor and walls to paint. And I'm hoping to tidy up the outside of my house a little bit when the sun's shining. So
sounds good.
That's my immediate plans with that. But I've been buying storage stuff for my business. I did a video about shelving the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, if you haven't seen that video on Derek shelving, go and check it out.
Yeah, that seems quite good actually. Cheap shelving. I'm quite impressed. I might buy.
It's interesting.
They're really strong. I've piled up video recorders and they're fine. They hold the video recorders. They must be good.
That's all right. What sort of weight you got on there though?
They're loads, probably way over what they're supposed to be. I think it's 60. I think I put it in the video, but I think it was 60 kilograms.
Right.
Shelf or something.
That's not bad
though. They're really sort of strong, but they're all metal and they all bolt together, so they should be pretty strong.
Yeah, that's good.
The only thing, they've got a little bit of a sharp edge to them. But that doesn't really bother me until I've cut my hands too many times. But for £10 each, they're worth it, I think. Yeah.
Cool. BCP has dropped Derek's link in the side chat. Tap Peddler's channel link. So do go over and have a look. Click on the link and hit the notifications bell, because obviously sometimes YouTube can be a bit fickle when it comes to notifications.
Thanks for that, BCP.
Yeah, he's always good at that, BCP. It's wherever you are on YouTube, whoever you see, BCP's there. I'm trying to think of any other tips we can give, because we said about getting there early and taking the bags and I'm trolling about enough change.
Yeah, I've got some tips about how to look for things.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Which is to make sure you really look through little boxes of things. So you've got boxes of toys, and things like that. Just have a bit of a rummage. You never know when you're going to find some sort of Polly Pocket thing that's in there, or
totally, because quite a lot of them in like 50p, 20p boxes.
Yeah, and there can be some really rare vintage things in all of that stuff. But they're quite easy to pass by, especially if you're trying to get to the next stall. I'm trying to slow down when I walk around boot sales now, because I was skipping past quite a lot of stuff. Just next stall. So I tried to force myself to slow down, have a rummage through all the boxes, see what I can pick up. And also don't waste too much time on traders. If they look like they're there every week, then they're probably not worth buying from for a reseller. There are exceptions, of course, but if once you've been to the boot sale several times, you'll get to know who's there.
Know who's there, yeah.
And if you go to if you're looking for video games, for example, and you go there and there's a stall that just sells video games, it's very unlikely that you're going to get a game at a cheap price. You know, probably all his stuff's on eBay anyway.
Yeah, true, yeah.
He's selling it at the boot sale as well, and he's probably asking, you know, the going rate for an item.
Yeah, totally.
But it's great if you want to buy it for yourself, but no good for a reseller. Also, and get to know their prices as well, because sometimes, even though they're regulars, they can have good prices. Especially house clearance people, they're definitely worth, even though they're there every week. You know, they have different stuff every week, and they want to clear it. They want to get rid of it. They don't want to be taking any of it home.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Get to know them. And another thing I had was, and I don't do this myself, although I did for a bit, but then I just stopped doing it, is take some basic tools and batteries with you.
Yeah, that is also a good one, yeah.
Take some AA batteries and some AAA batteries, just 3 or 4 or something in your pocket, just to test things like Walkmans and things like that. And basic tools like a little screwdriver, just to the battery compartments or something. That's worth doing. Although, as I say, I don't do that myself, but I really should.
Yeah, it's always a good tip to do.
Yeah, because say like the Furby I bought, that would have been well worth me having the screwdriver and the batteries.
And checking it out, yeah.
And then I would have. Well, it was worth buying anyway. It all depends on how much these things are. It's only really worth doing that on things that you're paying,
yeah,
you know, a higher price for, maybe. If something's really cheap, it's probably worth just taking the punt on it and buying it. But it all depends on how much it's going to sell for. But always consider that an electrical item may not work.
Yes, correct. Yep.
I pretty much always buy at a price where I can sell it as spares repairs, and still make a profit. Or I buy it so cheap, then I can write off the pound or whatever it's cost, and then just chuck it in the bin, or or break it for parts. Sometimes these things are worth selling as parts.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because some sort of spares and repairs can go for some decent money.
Yeah, I mean, I often sell battery backs off things.
Oh, right, yeah.
They get lost, so I throw away the actual item to sell the battery back for a couple of £. It takes up no space, and it goes large letter, so I always generally do that.
I'm just thinking, like, do you ever go out your comfort zone, like buying clothes or buying other things that you don't normally pick up?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I generally pick up anything, really, as long as I know it's going to bring some sort of profit. I don't like buying clothes, but I think I mentioned in the Seller
Monday one,
the other day that I'm starting to buy clothes, and I did buy a shirt for £1, and I sold that for 30.
Nice one.
Which was my first proper clothing purchase.
Yeah, I've sold a couple of clothes recently
anyway. So I'm going to start looking at them a bit more.
Just knowing what the brands are, though.
Yeah, there's so much potential there, but also a lot of potential to waste money as well if I don't buy it right. So I have to be careful. But yeah, the clothing is one thing that's definitely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, same here, to be honest.
Especially women's clothing. Probably buy
so much of it. Yeah,
there's so much of all this stuff, and it's and it's.
Did you see some of the clothing resellers? They pick up these sort of random brand names, and you never heard of it, but they're selling it for £30-40 or even more. Like when you pick up big coats. It's like, okay, they've never heard of it, but I must store that or write it down so I can remember.
Well, that was another tip I was going to say is get like a little bit of paper or a book together with prices that you often see, brand names and what
Right, yeah.
things go for, so you can look it up as you go. I think I can't remember where it was. I think it was on Set of Ladies Live. The ladies said that they were going to have an A to Z book.
Oh yeah, that
and
sounds
then
good.
under each letter they were going to put the brand name and then a price, so you
Right.
quickly just go to it and think, yeah, it's in my list, that's something worth going on. And it just makes it easier to look up if it's all alphabetically sort of stored.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and if you
So I was thinking of doing something like that. I haven't done it myself yet, but I've heard it's a good way of it's like Nerf guns. I've seen a lot of Nerf guns, but a lot of them aren't worth a lot. But some of them are worth loads, and I never really know. I'm constantly looking them up. If I just had a list on a bit of paper, I could just quickly
you
scan.
can just go through it. Oh, that's worth yeah.
Yeah, and then and then buy it, and maybe just every so often go onto eBay and just update the prices you've put on each thing, just to
Yeah.
make sure it's up to date. So yeah, that would be a good tip, and it's something I need to
Yeah, totally.
do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And also, if you're in the chat, do let us know what your tips are, what you do at your car boots from the moment you get there to the moment you leave. What sort of things you kind of do there, like if it's like ones we discussed or or kind of different ones. Jimmy Retro popped in as well. Cheers for popping in, Jimmy. Just going down, having a look. Lynn Retro Vintage popped in. Thanks for popping in. Oh, and Derek Payne says still getting the screen wash boxes. I see.
Yes, loads at there. I get them from my local Halfords.
All
They're
right.
really good because they don't know if you can see in the background, but they fold them up and put them all inside one box. So
Yeah.
I just go to the dumpsters and just pick them up and put them straight in my car, and they just store up and stack up at the back of the office. And yeah, they're really strong. They're really good. So yeah, I get them all the time.
Let's have a look. It's just jumped. Where did I get to? Blimey. Oh, there we go. So I see RJ's popped in. Let's have a look.
Corinne says I need to get some Droner boxes for my IKEA unit, which I think is that thing. Is that the Calyx boxes? I think.
Yeah, I think so. Calyx. Yeah.
I do plan on doing that because my plan, if I do get more into clothing, is to clear that that unit there from all the tat and put that in a different place, and then put the clothing in there.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
So I don't want to store my clothing out in my storage container. I want to keep the clothing inside the house.
Was that just for men's clothing, or are you going into women's clothing?
Probably both.
Yeah.
I'll have to see, but it's something I just don't know anything about. So.
Yeah, it's a minefield, isn't it? With especially women's clothing.
Yeah.
It'll be good, as you say, when you do that book. It'll be good, like to put the clothing brands as you pick them up, because obviously you're subscribed to a lot of female resellers, so they've got lots of tips and lots of brands that they pick up.
Yeah, it's probably
so
worth
always have a look.
Yeah,
write down.
when I'm watching the hauls, then go through it and that's worth getting.
Totally, yeah.
Because I know I'm missing out on a lot by not.
Yeah, same. It's when I watch some of the resellers like Nick and George and that who do the GoPro footage going around the car boot. I'm thinking they should have picked that up. They could have picked this one up for good money, but it's just sort of like I don't know. It's just like because obviously George, he picks up quite a lot of big, heavy, bulky items, chairs, signs, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Have you seen BCP's comment? Top tip for an indoor car boot sale: if they're packed, drop a stink bomb or free, and they soon run to the exit.
And then go and clean up all the
clean up all the stuff. Yeah,
all the stuff. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Stu says shopping trolleys are a good idea. Even better if you can fix blades to the wheels. I see what
Ram your
you
way
mean, yeah.
through the thing. Yeah.
Oh, Kelly popped in, flipping fantastic finds. She says, I don't have a license for my shopping trolley. Forever getting people's ankles. I stash my purchases and trolley with stall holders, I know, so I'm mostly hands-free. Fair enough.
That's a good idea. If you
Yeah.
know the stall holders, then you can just leave your items. I think it was Richard who said that he left an item with someone once because he had to go take it back to his car.
Right.
So I think he had to leave some of it. He bought quite a lot of stuff, and he took some of it to his car and then went back for the rest of it.
Right.
And when he went back, they'd removed some of the things out the box.
Oh.
So he managed to get it back off them, but I'm always wary about leaving stuff that at the stalls now. I mean, it's good if you know the stall holders, and that's
of course,
fine. But yeah, just a random stall holder, and
nasty,
be cautious would be my advice.
Yeah, because obviously if you go there week in, week out, you get to know the stall holders, and then eventually you may get to have a contact with the stall holder. So like, you may get his number, he'll get yours, and then he'll contact you.
Yeah.
Out of the car boot at hours, and then he might contact you like, I've got this things, because obviously quite a lot of people don't live too far from that car boot, so it's always nice to sort of try and make contacts from your local car boot.
Yeah, I've got a couple of telephone numbers from house clearance guys.
Oh, that's all right, yeah.
Although I've never actually contacted them. It's mainly because I've got so much stock.
you got work through it.
Until I've cleared it, I'm quite happy with just picking up the odd thing every week.
I did see Bianca's popped in, and Just Kurt, thanks for popping in. Any other questions, do let us know. DMH Products has popped in. BCP's popping your channel name down again.
Oh, brilliant.
Twice, lovely. Oh, Stu Mandrew says, question, did you enjoy the lads chat, and do you think you could beat more than 9 guests?
I think there might be next week.
I think there might be, 10 or 11. On Nick's channel, I think that's going to be at 9 o'clock.
Right.
On Monday, I believe.
Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Do check out that one, and go and check out Andrew's one and give it a thumbs up, because it was a great chat.
Yeah.
Kelly's just saying, congratulations, Peter. 100 live streams under your belt is epic. Oh, totally. Compared to when I first started doing my live streams, compared to now, it's just mind blowing. I've made it to 100. Let's have a look.
Stu Mandry and Flipping Fantastic Finds mention about an ultimate car booting kit. Wet wipes, batteries, IKEA bag helmet, steel-toed boots, and barbed elbow pads that we could sell on eBay.
What are they trying to do? Do a scrum through the people, trying to check through them, go. Poof. I know people can get annoying when they run your feet over or whack back past you, but that's a bit extreme.
Karen says she's got an A to Z book of brands.
Oh, nice.
It may be a Bing, Karen. I heard mention it on the Set of Ladies chat.
Yeah. Let's have a look. DMH Products says, question, Derek, have you ever had a return before?
Yes, lots of returns. I got one the other day. It came back. Absolutely. Well, I sent it in a nice box. It was a hard drive, computer hard drive. He didn't know how to use it. So it was a vintage one. You had to put the pins. You had to put like a jumper on the pins, depending on.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
If it's a master or slave or whatever. So he said he couldn't format it. It works fine. I've tested it. Anyway, so he sent it back in just a jiffy bag. I sent it in a big box, wrapped in padded stuff. But yeah, it survived anyway. So at least I can.
Yeah, that's good. It survived though, but
I'll probably get one every 2 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
It's
more you have on
almost,
eBay, the more chance of getting returns.
yeah, it's
Just one
almost
buffer,
always.
really.
It's always. I call them fake returns.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They say that they're not working, but they've really changed their minds or want their money back for some other reason. Usually they work fine. There's been the odd occasion where obviously it's got broken in the post or something like that. But I always, I think I describe my items fairly well on eBay, so it's very rarely could be misdescribed really, because unless it's usually down to the buyer not reading the description.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Because if there is a fault or something like that, I
Yeah.
always sort of list it. So if they don't see that, then they say it's misdescribed, and I often just take it back anyway. I mean, in theory, I could phone eBay and say I did declare this, but it's all time and
Yeah. Is it actually worth it on certain items?
yeah, it depends on what it is, if
Yeah.
it,
And what the value is? Yeah.
yeah. But they can send it back anyway, so it's only really the value of the postage
Yeah. True.
that I'm gonna, get back from eBay. So it's usually not worth the phone call. But sometimes I do. It depends on whether they look like they always do it and you're
Yeah.
getting scammed. If it's a one-off thing, then I just refund. I always get it back,
Yeah. Of course.
and then refund them and just resell it again.
Okay, let's have a look. RJ's saying congratulations for 100 subscribers. Same with Richard Payne. 100 live streams, I should say. Thank you very much. Chris B's in just listening but testing PS3s. Fair enough. Karen's currently decorating the living room. It's going to be nice having a nice space after living here for 2.5 years. Sounds good. And Tap Doctor, which is Ian, who says, Derek, roughly where in Scotland are you?
I'm in Dunfermline, which is just outside Edinburgh, just slightly north of Edinburgh. Yeah, it's a nice little town in Scotland.
Yeah. And it must be a lot of countryside near you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sort of on the outskirts. My house is sort of on the outskirts of the town, so I'm in the countryside, but just across me is the town. So it's
all right.
So it's the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah, that's good. Do you plan on doing any more magnet fishing in the future?
Yeah, I will be.
Yeah, good.
I actually lost my magnets because the last time I went magnet fishing, I put them in my wheelie bins, which I stored it in there because they're all wet and stuff, and I forgot about them and put the bins out, and they'd been taken by the council, so I've had to buy new magnets. So,
Oh dear.
but I will be going again once I get the new magnets.
Yeah, of course, because I enjoyed that one you did on YouTube. The one you got found that bike.
Yeah, I've been a couple of times since then, but
All right.
I've not got anything as good as the bike, But it's good fun.
Yeah, definitely. True. I just did see Michelle Lathan. She's obviously in America. She said, according to with the topic, Carboot tips, a little magnifying glass helps. In some ways, yes.
Definitely, yeah.
If like if you're picking up jewelry or like gold and silver sort of things.
Yeah, I've got one that sometimes I take to the auctions, because if I'm looking at things that have like a maker's name on the bottom and stuff like that, you can sort of zoom in and have a look. But I stopped taking it because I started to use my phone as well, because I can zoom in on the camera on the phone.
Oh yeah.
That works quite well as well. But yeah, magnifying glasses.
Yeah, it's always a good tip.
Is really useful.
Yeah, definitely. Have a look. I see Christine Davis has popped in. Thanks for popping in, Christine Davis. Let's have a look. Oh, the BCP says he always takes a tape measure when he goes to his car boots. Yeah, fair enough.
To make sure that his stuff fits in the car or something.
Yeah.
Make sure you can get it in.
Yep. Let's have a look. Seb Warman's popped in and Mark Walsh, thanks for popping in. DBG's in as well. And sorry if we're not getting through the questions, there's quite a few. Do put question what your question is. Yeah, we need to get that reseller starter kit patent. It sounds quite good. Yeah, have like all the essential things for the car boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously DBG is saying about the clothing. There's an awful lot of money in clothing if you've got the knowledge behind you.
Yeah, that's where I fail.
Same here, to be honest. Yeah,
knowledge behind me.
I sort of recognise a few brands, but then I think I must walk past hundreds of pounds worth over the years, or thousands of pounds, more like.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and get into it a bit more, I think. I don't enjoy listing it because it's
taking measurements and all this. Oh yeah,
but
totally.
But I would do it if it was worth it, you know.
I don't know how Steve Green manages Matt Clover he picks up.
Yeah, he started mainly from charity shops, so
yeah, he does. Yeah,
so,
he doesn't drive, so he's limited to where he goes.
Yeah, because charity shops are probably the best place for clothing, I guess.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
There are quite a few stores at the boot sales, I suppose, selling them. But charity shops,
in a way, but yeah, I do find charity shops better for clothing. Depends on which one. I've got a Deborah charity shop near me who does 99% of their clothes, $1.99 or less.
That's good.
So I'm like, I pop in there occasionally and have a browse through, but again, I'm limited knowledge of what I'm picking up. So
well, that's one thing that puts me off, because my charity shops are fairly highly priced. So, if I go to buy a coat or something, they want £20 for it or something, then I really need to be sure that there's going to be a good amount.
Yeah, that's totally and that's where your book will come in handy.
Yeah.
Seb Warman's tip, it's quite funny, is to take a child with you and send him in to do the deals for you. Nobody wants to upset a child. I think George Ross the other week went with his kids to Carboot, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Something like I'm so far behind on videos at the moment.
Yeah, I think he did,
Yeah. Dylan Lindsall has popped in. Thanks for popping in. Lillian Douth popped in. She's popping in, Lillian Alf. It's just jumped again. Oh, Steve's in. I'm quite far behind, actually. She's popping in, Steve. Let's have a look. Oh, there I am. Thanks for that, Lynn. Just congratulating me on 100 lives. Because at my car boot, I see the usual what I call bric-a-brac sellers, people like you and me, and then obviously you got the dealers who are doing Nerf guns, gaming stuff, that sort of thing. I also see like every week, most weekends, there's a guy who sells a lot of militaria stuff. There's a couple of stores who sell like vintage stamps, vintage postcards. Obviously, because I'm not far from London, you get the usual stores like food. You get like people who are selling fruit and veg, that sort of thing. But you always get like a few different types of people like militaria and the stamps. People that sell stamps. Obviously, you've got the toy collectors. There's always loads of stalls like people who selling vintage records. Because I think on one of my videos when I went to Kingston upon Thames the other week, I uploaded it, and a guy there was on my comments saying about like that he sells vintage records on eBay and other sites and that, and he was telling me, like, I was flicking through a couple and he was saying like, you've gone past such and such one which is worth quite a lot of money. I was like, okay, fair enough. it's always nice, like your subscribers when you do that, because I noticed when Nick goes around the car boots and George Ross and some of the others, and they're like, you could pick up this one for whatever. So I'm always like learning. And
Yeah,
this is the aim of the game. Learn while you earn, pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah. What you should go is go live when you walk around the boot sale, so
Yeah,
people can actually go back to that store you were just at, and then you can
yeah,
go.
and go back to store. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
indeed. Yeah, get my subscriber base up.
yeah,
Yeah, funny thing with my car boot though, I did say to a subscriber, new subscriber the other day, he was saying, could you go around your car boot and film? The answer to that is I'm not allowed to film at my car boot. I did ask the people who run it, but for whatever reason, they said I'm not allowed. I think it was the end of last car boot season, and obviously you've got to respect their decision
yeah,
and sort of thing. So I was like, okay, fair enough, because I've done it once or twice, filmed at the car boots, but even when Nick and George Ross does his their GoPro footage, it's like a fine line between whether you could or not. Even having a YouTube channel, I find like, because I got spotted twice on Monday, which is fine. Once by a lady who just was walking around and buying stuff, and I had a nice chat with her. I think her name was Sarah. And then one of the dealers spotted me. He goes on chat quite a bit, but I find like, because obviously I always remember Nick's video when he went round that jumble sale, and he said about he was told to stop filming.
he wasn't allowed to
Yeah,
film there. Yeah,
it's a fine line between like getting noticed and trying to get the deals, and obviously doing a bit of filming. It's like, do you film and people get the hump
yeah,
and about it, or do you not and just go around and be sort of like, you know what I mean? It's difficult
yeah.
situation.
I often forget to film.
Yeah,
'Cause I film on my phone, but yeah, I often forget, and then that's probably why I don't
yeah.
do as much.
It's a hard situation though when you're gonna film. It's because you're thinking, right, you're concentrating on filming, but you really should concentrate on
On looking at the stuff.
picking up deals, rummaging
Yeah,
through, picking up the deals, and that sort of thing. That's why I
yeah,
don't film.
no,
Well, obviously, I can't, but if I was allowed to, I wouldn't do it anyway because I need to sort of like go low and delve in boxes and this, that, and the other.
yeah, yeah. That's it. I mean, if I do film,
Yeah,
I think there's been a few videos where I've done footage of the boot sale. It's generally just walking around. That's probably because I've already been round,
yeah, of course.
and I'm just walking around near to the
Yeah,
end, or it's just stalls that I'm not actually needing anything.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I find that when I do film in charity shops, I only pick certain charity shops that are slightly bigger, because obviously the small ones and you film, because I got a big camera and it's a bit bleeding obvious I'm filming, but most people are okay. I've never had anyone stop me filming, but it's that sort of fine line sort of thing, whether to do it or not. And the other thing is whether to do it, and because obviously sort of like trying to rummage around getting the deals, but
Yeah, that's right.
um
There's a
let's have a
question
look.
here. When selling electricals, games, etc., do you take any precautions in case the buyers switch them out? I don't really. I mean, my photos are quite detailed, so I'll be able to sort of see if it's the same item. But I don't generally, because you've got to accept the return anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I've sold a few things where people have sent things back, and they've sent them back sort of either broken or damaged, that they've actually done themselves,
Yeah.
rather than the post. And eBay just forced me to give the refund anyway, so I generally don't. I just hope that they're going to be genuine buyers. Usually it's okay. I've had a few instances where I've got scammed, I guess, but
Yeah.
that's just the problem with selling electricals, I think. But games, I tend to be okay with games. I never really have any problems.
No, I think that's the same here, really. I can't think of any problems I've had with selling gaming stuff.
The only ones I've had problems with is where there's been scratches on the disc. They've worked. I've tested them, but I think every CD player is more sensitive than others. So if they've got one that's overly sensitive, it may not read it, even though it read on say, the Wii game or something. It read on the Wii I tested on. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll work on their Wii.
Yeah, that's very true, actually. Yeah,
I've had a few returns like that. But yeah, electricals. I did buy some of those little anti-tamper stickers that you can stick over screw holes.
Oh yeah, I know.
I've got them somewhere, but I never really used them because, as I said, eBay force you to take the return anyway. They could send back the item with the sticker removed, and you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. So I generally don't worry.
I did see Smith. Hi guys, in west of Scotland, our boot sales are so much smaller than England. I don't tend to find as much. And then he goes on to say, love both your channels. Thanks for that.
All right, thanks, Smith. Yeah, whereabouts are you then? If you're in,
just let us know whereabouts you are. I'm just trying to get down the end of the chat. Oh, Louise has to go from KLC Reselling. What's up, Steve? You've probably been in for ages, but I'm just trying to get down the chat. Let's have a look. I say any other tips, do let us know. Oh, what's that about stealing bad books? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, there's a lot of chat between each other. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Brandon C wants to know when I'm collabing with Monumental. Well, I do that most, like I've got a chat on Mondays, which Derek's a part of, the Reseller Lads Live. I wonder where we came up with that name. Reseller Lads Live. So it features a lot of people that add. So it will be Monumental, Derek Payne, Steve, Nick, Carboot, Chris from Cooking Hayden's, and quite a lot of others. So it's going to be most Mondays now. Oh yes, Andy says basically saying about the sniff test when you go around and sniffing things, because quite a lot of what he says, shoes and different toys that he doesn't buy because they smell of smoke. Because quite a lot of sellers they smoke, so you've got to sort of think, how am I going to get this? If you buy it, how am I going to get this smell out of the item?
Yeah, it can be quite difficult to detect it as well at the Carboot if you're out in the open. So yeah, smelling it is probably definitely worth.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, quite a lot. People think I'm weird, but I thought might as well, because obviously quite a lot of the items I've brought items before, and sometimes they smell okay outside. You get them at home, and you can definitely smell the smoke.
Yeah, I bought a teddy bear, a Harrods teddy bear last week, and that stinks of smoke. So I've sprayed it with Febreze and hung it outside for a bit. I'm hoping that it will air it and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Monumental is got a question. I think he was driving to Leeds, but at some point up the chat.
He must have got there. He must have got there then, because
he must have got there. Yeah, he's chatting again. Question for Peter and Derek. Looking forward to more seller lads. Of course we are. Yeah,
it was really good last week. Yeah.
Yep. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, and Kelly's got a good one. Don't wear white trainers.
Yeah,
because obviously quite a lot of muddy car boots or high heels. I see a lot of people wearing high heels. I'm thinking, why? What's the point?
Yeah.
You're only going to fall over.
Seen some people wrap their shoes with like bags or something. Is
Yeah,
that
that's
okay?
actually quite a good idea. And people wear like welly boots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, a pair of wellies for the winter's
yeah,
probably a good idea.
yeah. That's actually a good idea. Don't go in your like expensive clothes either,
No,
because they're only going to
probably.
get muddy if you've got to bend down and pick stuff up or rummage through boxes. If it's like, because obviously when you go to Carboot really early, like when it opens, then it's quite a lot. Usually quite colder, so it's quite wet underfoot.
Yeah.
So you know, if you wear your best stuff, it's going to be all muddy by the time you get home.
Yeah. And also, it's probably worth going prepared for the type of weather it's going to be. Don't
Yes,
forget, like, if it's really hot, then you might not want your coat on.
yes, correct.
Make sure that you've got pockets to put your change in your trousers or what,
Yeah, totally. Yes.
things like that. And obviously in the winter months,
Yeah.
make sure you've got plenty of warm clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. That's always a
Yeah.
good tip. Be prepared for the weather because this country is very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Um, what else? I was trying to think of something then. Obviously, as we were saying earlier, be prepared to know where all your stuff is, or all your whatever you brought. Be prepared to have your bags with you. Don't put your bags down anywhere. It's the same with if you've got a backpack or if you've got a trolley. Be prepared to know where it is at all times. Because if you're at a stall, make sure you're holding it in front of you. Only basically got it in front of you, so no one can look inside it. Because obviously, there's always people who do that sort of thing. So you've got to be prepared to know where all your stuff is at all times.
Yeah. Make sure that you keep if you go in with quite a lot of cash, make sure you keep it
Yes, that's a
securely,
very good idea.
zipped pocket or something like that. Because especially if the boot sale can get very busy, then and if you're taking out your wallet or your purse often, then it's quite easy just to pop it back in your pocket afterwards and not realize, and then could end up losing it or getting it stolen. And also, if you got a trolley, try and keep that covered up as well, so people can't
Yeah,
put
totally.
their hand in it and whip out something. So
Yep. Oh, just reading. Jeff Beeman online says, "Good day from USA. 100 lives. Good job. Thanks for that. Thanks for popping in." Same with Money Mental. And I did see one other person said that Death by Glamour. Congrats on 100 lives. Thanks for that. Appreciate that. Appreciate all subbing. Obviously, I do say do go and subscribe to Derek's channel, which is Tap Peddler. I put the link in the description. Also, I will put a link down below in the comments, so do go and subscribe. And for people, Derek, who don't know, where does your name Tap Peddler come from?
it's just something I thought up, I guess. I was originally going to be called Up to My Eyes in Tat because
Yeah,
I've
I
got
think I
loads
remember
of
you saying,
tat.
yeah.
And I think I actually got an Instagram account still named that.
All right.
But yeah, Tap Peddler just ran off the tongue a bit easier, so I picked that one.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Sorry if I'm not getting through questions in the chat. It's quite a lot of it here.
I noticed Lil and Elf. Sorry,
Yeah,
I forgot.
Lil Dalf, yeah.
Asks when you pick something up and to have a look at it at the car boot sale, and the seller says that's selling for so much on Amazon or eBay. They say they put it down and walk away. What would you do? I would probably just do the same because it's not worth trying to talk them out of it. I may occasionally say some sort of sarcastic comment. I have been known, depending on what they're what their price is. Sometimes I've said to people that you'll be taking that home then because they're asking too much.
Yeah, totally.
Only if they've been sort of quite sharp with me or something like that. But I think I have asked someone whether it was a completed item when they came up with their price. I've said, was that for an actual sold item? But I think I've only ever asked that once. I think most of the time I do just put it down and walk away.
Yeah, but that's what I do. Yeah, when I ask if
It's not worth wasting. It's not worth wasting your time on it, and just move on to the next store.
Yep, pretty much.
Unless you think that you can probably get some sort of deal, and if it's really worth it, you know, it may be worth trying to reason with them, but usually it's
9 times out of 10 it's not worth.
No.
I think
wait until they bring it next week with a realistic price.
Oh God, don't. I see a lot of same items from same sellers. I'm like, I think you brought it last week, a week before that.
Yeah.
I think Ian's got a question. Derek, I go to Selkirk, but never booted there.
Right.
How far is that from you?
That's quite a way, I think.
Oh, is it?
I've
not sure whereabouts.
Yeah, I've never been there.
All right.
But yeah, it's I think it'd be too far for me to go.
Fair enough. I'm just trying to work out what Stee. Oh, I think I know what Stee means. I think because obviously Stee at the moment is giving up alcohol. I think, yeah,
oh, yes.
That's right. And he was saying about Andrew's fault on the meetup.
Yeah.
It was like last meetup.
Wolverhampton.
Wolverhampton, that's right. And the only one who went to the Carboot, I think, was like Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, blimey.
Is the
and Steve and Andrew
reselling
out of it. Yeah. That was hilarious, that video.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Actually, we need to put in the side chat, Derek, for Lads Live about I think Matt on Retro. He was at the Wolverhampton meetup. Is it Retro 82 or 85? I can't remember. I think he's in here somewhere.
Retro Reselling, is it not?
Retro Reselling, yeah, he's got that YouTube channel, yeah. If he wants to come on, yeah, that's fine. I'm not sure how many people we can have on the chat. Because I think at the moment it's 11 on Monday at 9 o'clock. Just get to the end of the chat and then we'll wrap it up here. Steve Green was thinking of doing a live with Matt next time we go boot sales, because I think Matt from Retro Reselling, he they don't live too far away. Yeah, sounds good, Steve. Kelly said, yeah, good tip. Hard to tell sometimes out in the open, but blokes, be careful buying ladies' clothes and sniffing them. Yeah, true. BCP's just linked Andrew's channel and your channel, Derek, again.
Oh, thank you very much.
Kelly wears her hiking boots, rain or shine. All her boot sales are in Fields. Yep. Let's have a look. Okay, you've done that one. I'm just trying to get down to it. What? I'm only 66 off 1,000 subscribers. Nice one. I haven't checked since I've been on live. Let's have a look. I'm the host of my episode 3, am I? Oh, great. All right. That's gonna be great. All right, I'll have a go. See if the internet holds up. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll once the next one's done, I'll message in the side chat and sort it all out. Yeah, and obviously if you need me to drop out for one, if you've got too many guests, then that's fine. Richard Payne is a drinking legend, says Steve Green. He is indeed. He can hold his drink, hold his ale. Yep. Yeah. Let's have a look. We've got a question from some noob. I want to do this as a business. What will I need when I go official, like registered as a sole trader? Will I need insurance or any other prerequisites?
I'll just say make sure you note down everything you pay for the items, so you've got all your expenses sorted, and just keep all your receipts where you can. Make sure you register as soon as you are reselling. If you're not, you say that you want to do it as a business, but if you're doing it already, then you still need to register. So yeah, if you're selling for profit, then make sure you register with HMRC.
Yep, definitely a very good tip there.
And keep all your books in order. But as for insurance, yeah, you could have your stock on your house insurance, I guess, or insure your stock in a lockup, but it may not be worth it depending on the value of it.
Yeah, definitely. That's always a good thing to check out. Kelly's saying about the 1,000 subs to go live on mobile has really messed up her YouTubing because she uses her mobile to go live. So you obviously now need 1,000 subs to go live from the mobile, which is a pain.
Yeah, it's a bit rubbish. Because I went live from an auction once, and
yeah, that was good.
I wouldn't have been able to do that now. So.
BCPs just say, can I nominate Michelle Lathan for a spanner wrench as she speaks many different languages and can translate very fast? She's a top mod on many channels. Yeah, of course. Just get. There's Michelle. Yep. Add her as a moderator. Add moderator. Yep. That's perfectly fine, Steve. Steve's got to go. Yeah, we'll be off in a few moments. Yeah, BCP trying to put you to work. Definitely. So Derek, have you got any videos to come up on your channel in the next few weeks, or?
Yeah, I've got a vlog from my mini run, because every year,
lovely.
Yeah, every year me and Richard do the London to Brighton run.
Yeah.
Every May in his little mini he's got. And yeah, I've got a vlog coming for that. I've just got to finish editing it.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
So that'll be the next couple of days, and then I'm going to try and get back to doing my sales updates on a Friday.
Yeah, it's quite difficult with sales updates. It can take quite a while.
Yeah, I think I'm going to limit it to like 10 of the best sales.
I think I limited mine to 11. Yeah.
Yeah, and I plan on doing my new haul from the hall segment.
Sweet.
Showing my Carboot sale haul from my hallway.
Nice one.
I tried to think of something that may be similar to Live from the Loft.
Yeah,
but I think that's copyrighted by someone, so I decided to go for Haul from the Hall.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and probably more hauls and sales updates and things like that. But I do want to try and get back into YouTube a bit more.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's kind of takes time, but you sort of go like, obviously with your business and that, and with YouTube and other things you do, you got sort of like like partition out your time for both things, because obviously, as you say, editing, it can take quite a while to do.
Yeah, I did quite like the live video I did on, I think it was on Nick's channel.
Yeah.
Where we did the listing live.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
So yeah, I might try and go into those more often.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
I've only ever seen a couple of them happen, but
yeah, I don't think many people do it in the UK, but there's a lot in America. I know that for sure.
Yeah, I enjoy watching Lonnie's one. Lonnie does one.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Garage Flips is one of my favorite YouTubers. He does one. But I also want to do a live where in the morning I wanted to go live, say on the Monday morning.
Yep.
Take a video of my storage and say today I'm going to list all of this stuff, and then go back live at 6 o'clock that evening.
Oh, so yeah, that sounds good actually.
And sort of be accountable for listing it.
Well, what you list.
Yeah, because I really want to try and cut down my piles of shame. So by doing that and going live and sort of forcing myself to sort of tell everybody that I've got to list it, I will actually end up doing it then. So that's my plan. So
yeah, you got to cut out the distractions as well.
Yeah, so I plan on doing those videos as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good actually. That's really good. Always to have something to work up to, and obviously your YouTube channel as well.
How about yourself? You got anything?
Well, I've still got a free. Might be two. I think it's free actually from my trip to. Or was it two? It might be. So I have 2 or 3 from my trip to Richmond upon Thames to come out. 2 or 3 of them. I've also got some vlogs planned, like local areas, going around charity shops and doing sharing with you local area and what I pick up. I've also got a couple of vlogs that I want to do. It's a similar one to Richmond upon Thames, but it's not far off Hampton Court. It's called Bushy Park. It's a smaller park, but it's but basically like because it's got the deer and the bits and pieces. I've always got something that I want to do. I've got a sales update hoping to do on Sunday, but they do take quite a while to do. But yeah, I'm always doing other bits and pieces. When I do reach near 1,000 subscribers, I will go on. Let's have a look. I will go on and use. I've got it here. Let's have a look. Go on and use. What's it called? Social Blade, and I'll do a video on Social Blade where you can go onto the live subscriber account. When I'm like 995 or 996, I go on Social Blade. I'll put all the links to my channels in like the Tat Chat, Celtic Traders, Profits from Pounds, or whatever Corey's one is. That sort of thing, and then see over a period of time, say 2 hours, and then what I'll do is I'll fast forward the footage.
Right, yeah.
To see if I get over that 1,000 subscriber count. So yeah, I've always got something to do. It's just finding the time to actually do it. Have a look. Just quickly, a few more questions. I did see Christine Davis got to go. Congratulations on 100 live streams. Thanks, Christine. You really are a lot more confident now, which is great to see. Oh, totally, yeah. Because obviously, as I said the other day, on the Reselling Lads Live a year ago, I wouldn't basically obviously be more confident or be doing this really even a year ago. Paul's popped in a bit late, but late never. You can watch this on the live chat replay after it's finished. Same with Claire Sheen has popped in as well. Richard Payne said the Mini made it down there without overheating this year.
Yeah,
sweet, that's all right.
Last year we had some overheating problems, so Richard got it.
What type of Mini is it? Because there's plenty of different variations.
Yeah, it's a 1984 Mini Sprite.
Oh, lovely.
Limited edition one. So yeah, he got it tuned this year, so it was running really well.
Oh, brilliant.
I've actually got a Mini myself. It's a 1962 Mini van.
Oh, mate, yeah.
It needs some work before it will make the trip to London to Brighton. So,
sweet.
But yeah, the minis are good.
I did see Jasmine Banbury lives in Brighton, and she loves seeing all the minis. That's cool.
Yeah, there's probably 1,000 or so that do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the official number is, but yeah,
cool.
it's good. Some noob asks if it's our full-time job.
Okay, go on. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'm full-time reselling. I have been since August last year. I did it part-time before that, and it's early days with my reselling full-time. It's not quite where I need it to be or want it to be, but I'm building it up gradually. But yeah, it's working out really well, definitely.
That's good. Yeah, definitely.
As long as you can get the stock and you can put in the hours, and it's a lot of hard work. Doing reselling isn't easy, and it has problems that you wouldn't necessarily think of, like feeling isolated and working from home. So it has its sort of downsides as well. So it's always worth considering that. If you're a very social person, then it may not be the job for you. But yeah, from my point of view, yeah, it's going well, and
yeah, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I'm full time. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, with me, I'm part time doing eBay, but obviously that's how I like to work it, and for myself, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm just doing it part time and really enjoying it. Been doing eBay for part time for about nearly 3 years now, 3.5 years or so. I think like about 3 years or so. Just a couple more questions. Crazy Daisy says, I'm doing great. Cheers. Paul, which is Will You Take Less, it says, I'll do this as the last question. Do you do promoted listings? Do you promote your listings?
Yeah, I was promoting everything at once, like highlighting the lot and just promoting it 1%. But I'm starting to only do it on items that haven't sold for the first cycle.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I got you.
Now, because before I was listing it, and then like that day I was promoting it, and I think I'd rather give it a chance to sell without the promotion first. Although I do think it's worth promoting things.
Yeah, totally.
I think it was better when it first started. It seems to have sort of slowed down now, the amount of things that are selling through promotions. But I think a lot of people are now promoting their stuff, so it's just an additional fee now, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think quite a lot of my items sell via promoted listings because I don't promote anything under £10. It's not worth it.
No.
So I've got a 1% promotion from £11 to £19, and then anything over £20, I promote 2%.
Right.
I used to just do it 2% over the board, but for anything under £10, not worth paying that extra.
No.
Because it still sells anyway.
Yeah, and it's also only worth promoting things really when there's a lot of competition.
Yeah, of course.
If you're the only person selling that thing, then it's not worth promoting
doing it.
So yeah, I'm starting to sort of pick and choose what I promote now.
Yeah, that's always a good thing, to be honest.
Yeah, but yeah, I do like. I also like send offer to watchers.
Oh, well, yeah, that's quite good.
Yeah, although the sales from that are starting to dwindle as well. It was really good to begin with.
It's just wondering whether the offers get there to people.
Yeah, I think
I'm sure they do, but
it's because it's good till cancelled. People are still watching it from months ago now.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So they've probably bought whatever they wanted, so they don't even want it anymore. But they're still watching it. So yeah.
Just say Richard Payne says it's 2,100 officially at the mini.
The amount of minis. So it's, yeah, I guess yeah. If you take into account all the ones that join in the mornings, you camp overnight. You see.
Yeah.
And then a load of minis arrive in the morning, so you line up.
Must be a good site.
Yeah, and
with
then you've
town.
got ones that don't camp and things like that.
Yeah.
So there probably is, 2,100. Yeah.
Oh, nice one. Lovely. Okay. Lovely. Well, thanks for joining me, Derek. It's been a very good chat. Do pop over to Derek's channel and give him a subscribe to his channel and give him some love on his channel. Some great videos. I'll put it down in the description and in the comments below after the chat. It's in the description already. I've got a video on Friday for my Richmond upon Thames vlog to come out. Sunday I should have a sales update. All left to say is like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.